Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having a great day, even though we had some bad news yesterday. But I want to talk about that in depth and clarify some things because I feel like this shitstorm is unnecessary and totally unjustified. I think many things went wrong here, and I don't think people are seeing the bigger picture. So, yeah, to debunk this whole thing, we have to start at the beginning, which were the leaks of the events for this Ninja Turtles collab. Some of you remember, or probably most of you, we got this picture right here. And in this picture, we can see the in game events, or we thought we would see the in game events that are planned for this Ninja Turtles collab. Now, the thing is, there was an immediate response from Plarium that they said this might not be accurate. At that time, we didn't know what is not accurate. Is it the dates? Is it the way those turtles will be available? What is it exactly? We didn't know. It was blurry, and that's totally fine because normally nobody knows about those events. Maybe like 1-2 days prior. Even the content creators are left in the dark most of the times. So then the Ninja Turtle collab started. We had a Michelangelo chase, so that was true. We had a Donatello fragment event fusion, so that was true as well. And then the next event in line was the Ace Reporter Titan event, which was also true. It started on the 6th October, right, which was Monday. So that turned out to be true as well. And now people were estimating Swordmaster Path event for Leo this Friday, and there are several reasons for that. For one, this leak right here, even though Plarium stated also directly to the content creators that the dates are not accurate. And I would partially also blame content creators for that, me included. I also said, it could be a Leo's path. We don't know, and we really didn't know. And, some of the content creators did videos on that and also had very misleading thumbnails, clickbaity thumbnails, painting the image that, there will be a Leo's path this weekend. I think that got a lot of hopes high, and people were disappointed in the end that it was not Leo. I mean, we can look at some of the examples on YouTube. So let's take a look at some of these thumbnails. We already had a couple of weeks ago, to prepare for those path events because they're definitely coming. They're confirmed. The guaranteed events are confirmed. We just don't know how they're going to look like, what we need for them. And is it a path? Is it a deck? We don't know. It is blurry. All we know is that the dates are not correct from, the leaks that we had before, and that the turtles are guaranteed. That's all we know. Everything else is just pure speculation. Okay? So, for example, we had, thumbnails like this 2 days ago, my free-to-play plan, Leo Path expected, kind of painting the picture that, there will be a Leo Path this weekend. Then we had another one. I mean, this also very misleading, 120 shards for a guaranteed Leo. That's not confirmed. So, yeah, there is a question mark, but, this is not true. It could be, but at this very moment, it is not confirmed. Another one right here from Boozer, which I highly respect, but it's also a little bit misleading and clickbaity. Kind of gives you the feeling of, okay, now it's confirmed that Leo and Raphael will be, in this path. And I haven't watched all these videos. Maybe they also said something like it could be, but it's not confirmed. I don't know. Maybe you guys know. You can let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so a lot of misleading thumbnails. Here, another one with Leo in the picture and the Heroes Path event highlighted. And yeah, it's just a little bit misleading. And I think, content creators kind of played into it and made a lot of players think that this is going to be a Leo event. And honestly, I was expecting it too. And I was a little bit disappointed when I found out it wasn't. But it totally makes sense if you think about it, because every time we had a fusion, there was a event afterwards where we could get the soul for the fusion. Now, I know not a lot of players went for this fusion because of this path, which is, by the way, not Plarium's fault, right? That was your decision. I'm always telling people, go for the fusions if you can. But in general, if you don't have a lot of resources saved up, it was probably a good idea to skip this fusion and just save your resources for upcoming guaranteed events. So yeah, we always have soul events for fusions afterwards, and it totally makes sense from the timeline. Now, because of this leak, everybody was expecting the Leo's Path this weekend, but it didn't happen. And because content creators were kind of, pushing this narrative, it got the hopes high. And yeah, now we got a lot of disappointment players. And that's because of, misinformation. I want to mention it again. Everybody was told those dates are incorrect. That was the answer to those leaks. This is, the official response to this, and this is what we have to run with. And to be fair, speculating is not a bad thing. That's cool, but you always have to add that it's, that it's not confirmed what you are speculating. You know what I mean? Like, I always said, like, hey, maybe it's gonna be a Leo's Path, but it's not confirmed, so don't take me for granted. I think that's a good way, to go about things like this. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is now. In my opinion, it is actually good because now we have more time to save resources, right? We have more time to save up shards, to stock up shards, and go for this guaranteed event, whatever it will be, right? So, we kind of can take some positive out of this. Now, one thing you could maybe criticize is that we are getting those guaranteed events at last, right? It's like we are very deep into the collab already. It's only 1 month left, and it feels like the guaranteed events are going to be the last ones out of this collab. From a business perspective, this makes 100% sense, and I can actually explain you very easily why. All right, so let's say I want to buy Snackbox, wants to buy a game, a very popular game, and I'm buying this for almost, I don't know, $1 billion. All right, so here you go. I'm buying this game for $1 billion. Now, what is my main goal? I want to make that money back, obviously. I want to make that money back, and I want to make more, right? So that is kind of like my goal, right? So how am I doing this? I'm trying to get something exciting for players, something like a Ninja Turtles collab, which also costs me money, right? I'm not going to meet up with Master Splinter and it's going to be like, yeah, let's do a collab, bro. That's not how it works. We have to pay money for it so we can actually, introduce those champions into my game. And that costs money again. So I'm investing all this money and now I need to make it back. How am I going to do this? I'm going to do summoning events for those time limited champions. So I'm going to do a 10x, I'm going to do a 15x, which is the progressive event, right? And then also a prison pool. I don't know, maybe there will be something else, maybe a champ train tournament where you can get him by placing first on the leaderboard, whatever it is. But now I also want, all the players to have a chance to acquire this champion as guaranteed. So I will do a guaranteed event as well. All right, this is the symbol for a guaranteed champion. Now, if I was planning this and trying to get the money back that I invested, I would definitely not place this guaranteed event first, right? Because if I place this on the timeline, if I place this guaranteed event first, the interest will go down for this event, for this event, for this event as well, and I'm theoretically losing money. So the way I will do it is have all these events going first, have people, opening shards for this. Maybe they will get the champion, maybe not, who knows. And then obviously also have some content creators doing, content with this champion and showing you how good this is, which also increases your interest into this champion. So you feel like you have to go for him, get him once, maybe twice, maybe even 3 times. And it's actually true. I saw people going for all of these events, like for the 10x, 15x, the Prism Pool as well. And they will probably also go for the, for the Heroes Path or whatever it is. It is not confirmed. And yeah, so they will probably go for the guaranteed event as well. And this is basically how it goes. And it does make sense, right? So the only issue here is time, basically. You have to wait a little bit longer for the guaranteed event. And that's pretty much it. There's not more to it. And it's not a big deal, to be honest. It's not a big problem. I know a lot of people were anticipating this event this weekend, but this is because of misinformation. And I have to say, Plarium only did one mistake, and that was the leaks. And other than that, they did not, lie about anything. So I have to say, they did really nothing wrong in this, specific topic right here. Other than the leaks, that was kind of a mistake, but it is what it is. Without the leaks, we wouldn't even know that there were guaranteed events. But either way, I feel like we are at the point where it doesn't matter what Plarium does. Some forehead's gonna complain about it. So, and I bet even if there was Leo's Path this weekend, some people would still complain about it. Why it's so early? Why is it so expensive? And so on. So, yeah, I don't know. Look at it the positive way. You have more time to save shards, more time to save resources. So use it. And yeah, you know, all you have to do is be a little bit more patient, and you're gonna get those champions. I'm pretty sure about that. And yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this? Do you think the shitstorm is justified? Because I honestly don't think so. And I just gotta stick to the truth. And I don't think Plarium did anything wrong here. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more raid content. And the YouTube algorithm is going to suggest you a video that you might like right here. And see you in the next one.